Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope that we are fine. I hope that we are all doing fine. Right. I hope that we are doing fine. I hope that we are all doing okay. I hope that we are all doing fine. As you can see, this is the 2024 internal paper. As you can see it. How are we? How are you? How are you, Lisa? How are you, Lisa? How are you, Lisa? How are you? How are you? I am fine, very much fine actually. All right. So this is the 2024 internal paper, paper 2 for the English language. And as you can see from my title, it reads Biology English 2025 Exam Strategy. All right. So this is just a paper. So this video is all about helping you guys develop, or rather to come up with a strategy on how you'll be handling things. As you can see, you are only remaining with 73 days to sit for your final examinations. So now it's very much important whereby you have a strategy, a plan B also to say, how you're going to be doing your strategies also. You see? Because this is the time whereby you have to be very much careful with the things that you handle and some of the topics that you handle. And some of you, you haven't even started handling the key examination topics. You see? Some of you haven't even started handling. Actually, you don't even know the key examination topics. You are just studying things randomly, unknowingly, all right? As if you are blind or so. Okay? So this video is more like just a guide. And around, let me say, in the evening, around 17 or 18 hours or so, actually, let me say 19 hours, I am going to upload a video handling this kind of paper. This paper, I'm going to get all of it, starting from question number 1. Yes, starting from question number 1 for the close passage, handling rewrites, and also handling comprehension, and also handling the listening, the summary part. Okay, so expect a full detailed video in the evening, as I will be handling this kind of paper, as I will be helping you guys how to answer this paper. All right. So thank you very much. If you are joining, kindly double tap on this screen in order to like this live. Okay. Lisa Hibanyama, do you have a strategy? How are you studying? What are you doing? What is your plan actually? What is your plan? How are you handling things? How are you handling things? Yes. How are you handling things? All right. I can also see, okay, George commenting. I am watching you, Sir Bright, all the way from Malawi. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, George. What is your strategy as well, George? Have you started writing your exams, or you are still waiting? as for here in Zambia, the exams will commence in July, actually on the 24th. Yes. So Lisa, what is your strategy? How are you preparing for your exams? How are you handling things? All right, so let me start with the English language, then I end with biology, so that you so that I have enough time to prepare uh, the full detailed video for the English part. All right, so let me start with English. So I'm going to start with the English part. Okay, when it comes to preparation of English, it is very much important whereby you understand that the way it's being done, the preparation of English, you must be very much, let me say, you must have a smart move whenever you are preparing for English. All right. Oh, thank you very much, Stephen. Afternoon to you as well. Kenneth, how are you? All right. So as you can see from the title, this video is more like just it's a strategy, or rather, it is just here to help you guys, or rather, it's more like just let me say a guide on how guys you should handle things. Okay, how you should handle things very well in English and also in biology. Okay, so this is how it is. Mind you, don't forget to double tap on the screen in order to like this live. All right, so I hope that we all know that when it comes to English language, English, we have two papers. There is what we call the English paper 2, and also there's what we call the English paper 1. So this video is just a guide. There's no learning. There's no actual learning. It's just a guide. The normal learning, I am going to upload a video of this paper and answering all the questions from the 2024 internal. Make sure that you don't miss it in the evenings. I'm going to upload it. All right. So that's the way it is. I hope that we all know that when it comes to English paper 1, I hope that we all know that English has two papers. There's what you call English paper 2 and English paper 1. And we must all know that when it comes to English paper 2, English paper 2, let me say, is out of what? Is out of 60 marks. Is out of 60 marks. Then paper 1 is out of what? 40 marks. So English paper 2 is out of 60 marks and paper 1 is out of what? 40 marks. And on the 1st of August, that's when you'll be sitting for your English exam. And the first paper that you are going to start with is English paper 2, which carries 60 marks. Then at last, you are going to start with what? You are going to end with English paper 1. So now, here, you have to be very much smart on how you are going to handle these kinds of papers. So it is very much important whereby you understand. These are some of the key things that whereby you must know very well. This time around, you must be very much good. You must be very much good, okay? You must be very much good. Make sure that you focus all your time on these kinds of things that I'm about to do what to give you. Make sure that you polish things very well. Okay, Amanto. Yes, how are you? How are you, Amanto? Okay, don't forget to double tap on the screen in order to like this live. So when it comes to paper 2 English, just focus on these key things. Number 1, this time around, you must know how to write a summary. Make sure that you know how to write a summary. All right? This time around, this month of May, make sure that you know how to write a summary. Okay? Make sure that you know how to write a summary very well. Actually, a prose summary, because it's the one which is examined when it comes to grade 12s. Okay? A summary. And how many marks? 20 marks. You have seen? when it comes to summary, it's 20 marks. You see, out of 60 marks, you have already scooped 20 marks. You have seen? So when it comes to paper 2, make sure that you know how to write what? A summary, how to answer summary very well. Okay? Then apart from summary, make sure that you know how to find answers fast. You know how to find or how to answer listening comprehension fast. All right? Because when it comes to summary and the listening comprehension, it deals particularly with what? With the paragraphs and with the stories actually. So you have to know some of the strategies or rather some keys on how you can be handling these kinds of things so that you finish what? Your work fast. So comprehension, okay? These are things whereby you have to make sure that you understand them very well because when it comes to comprehension, year in, year out, the stories are different. Okay? The kind of things that will be examined are different. So here it is just a matter of what? Knowing tricks on how to find answers fast. Okay? You just have to know tricks on how you can be finding what? Your answers fast. Okay. So we have summary, which is 20 marks. We have listening comprehension, which is 20 marks. You have seen? So 20 plus 20, you are 40 already here. Then now we are remaining with another 20 marks in order for 60 marks to be reached. Now, there is this part. This part we call it as what? As a structure. This part we call it as a structure. Now, what I can simply advise you is this. Structure also is 20 marks. Structure also is 20 marks. You have seen? So 20 plus 20 plus 20, it's what? It's 60 marks. But what you have to do mainly, when it comes to structure, one of the trickiest or one of the hardest part whenever it comes to the English language is the structure. Structure is one of the parts which is very much kind of difficult for most of the people. Okay? Structure is one of the trickiest thing to most of the people, but not when you are a registered student under my learning platform on WhatsApp. When it comes to structure, it's not that hard. Okay, so now when it comes to structure, these are some of the key things that are involved when it comes to structure. Number one, the part of what of vocabulary. Vocabulary. Okay, there is vocabulary and also they are what we call phrasal. They are phrasal verbs. Then apart from phrasal verbs, this other key thing that is very much important. Okay, they are what we call lexis. Okay, they're what we call lexis. And also the part which is called clause and prepositions. Okay, prepositions. You see? So under structure, we have vocabulary, we have phrasal verbs, we have lexis, we have clause, we have prepositions. And lastly, the common ones, we all know them, rewrites. You see? Rewrites. So remember, when it comes to vocabulary, phrasal verbs, lexis, clause, or prepositions, the examiner will only bring one thing from here. But except for rewrites, rewrites are always there. Rewrites are always examined. For the part of rewrites, let us remove rewrites. So rewrites here, they cost how many marks? 10 marks. Okay? Rewrites, they cost 10 marks. So they will choose what to give you guys. It can be vocabulary always section 1 or rather section A when it comes to English paper 2. It can be vocabulary, it can be phrasal verbs, it can be lexis, it can be clause, or it can be prepositions. Like what happened last year, what they brought last year. Internal, it was a section 1. If you check section 1, it's what? It's clause. This was a clause that they they brought. It was a close passage. You have seen? This is what they brought. So section 1 or section A always it can be, if not vocabulary. If not vocabulary, then it will be what? A phrasal verb or phrasal verbs rather, or lexis, clause, actions, except for the part of rewrites. Rewrites there are just mandatory. Whether you like it or not, you are going to face them. So, but when it comes to the remaining ones, only one thing is coming. Only one thing is coming. All right. So that's how we handle these kind of things. So what I can simply advise you, when it comes to prepositions, when it comes to clause, lexis, phrasal verbs, and vocabulary. So they will try by all means whereby they make some of the questions kind of confusing, or the answers will be kind of similar. You'll be like, what should I put? Is it in, at, on, under, or over? You have seen. So when it comes to the remaining part, that's where now English now trickiness now starts. Okay, that's how now the tricky part of English now starts when it comes to this part. But what I can simply advise you is this: focus mainly, focus mainly on how to write a summary and no tricks on how you can answer listening comprehension verbal tricks. And when it comes to structure, your main focus, know very well, know the types of rewrites, know how to handle rewrites. Why am I saying so? Check. Rewrites, they're out of 10 marks, right? Rewrites are out of 10 marks. So what you're going to do? You're going to do this. Let's assume out of 10, when it comes to rewrites, you have gotten, let me say, a 6. Then when it comes to vocabulary, you have gotten also a 6 or rather a 5. It's going to make a difference. Let me say 11 out of 20 or rather 12 out of what? 20. It's going to make that difference. You have seen it. It's going to make that difference. Mind you, if you are such type of a person who hates rewrites, mind you, starting from today, start loving them because they are way too simple. All right, they are too simple. Your main aim, your main aim is at least to get something when it comes to rewrites. If you get something when it comes to rewrites, it's going to back you up on how you are going to get your distinction 1 or rather distinction 2 when it comes to the English what language. Lisa, Stephen, Kenneth, Amanto, am I communicating very well? Am I communicating? Am I communicating very well? Then when it comes to, okay, lastly, when it comes to paper 1, when it comes to paper 1 now, thank you very much, Stephen. Is the strategy okay? Is the strategy okay? Yes, Kenneth. Is the strategy okay? So don't hate rewrites, okay? Don't hate rewrites. Your main aim is at least to get at least 6 or 7, okay? At least your main aim is to get something when it comes to rewrites. I know that when it comes to clause, lexis, or vocabulary, they'll try by all means whereby to bring some difficult questions or rather some confusing questions. But I beg you guys, don't be, let me say, don't lose hope seeing that you have seen one or two questions which seem to be confusing, then your mood is ruined. No, 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 no. At least on rewrites, get something. And also when it comes to the part of vocabulary, it can be clause or preposition. At least get something. Aim for something. All right? So that's how it is, guys. So this is the structure on how it's supposed to be handled. Mind you, so when you go or on the 1st of August to sit for your what? To sit for your English paper 2. The examiner, rather, when the invigilator says start your exam now, what should you do? Your main target, start with summary. Make sure that you go with a pencil. Go with a pencil. All right? Go with a pencil, a sharpened one. How are you going to pass this paper very, very well? Start with a summary. Start with a summary, okay? Like for example, this is how the paper is. You have seen? This is the paper. Then it's like start the exam now. Don't focus mainly on question number one, because on question number one, they can bring anything. It can be clause, it can be vocabulary. It's going to ruin your appetite for the exam or your readiness. So what I can simply advise you, you simply do this. Okay? Always the last question, whenever it comes to this paper, English paper 2, it's summary. Always the last question when it comes to this paper, it's summary. So what we're going to do, just turn this paper like this. Okay? Turn it. Make sure that you have some strategies. The last paper for summary is not here. Yeah, I've left it. Okay. The last question, I am only seeing comprehension. Yes, I think it's there. Okay. The last question here, it will be summary. Okay. The last question, it will be what? It will be summary. So your main aim when the examiner says start, when the invigilator says start the exam now, mind you, make sure that this is how the paper it will be placed. Then now you should just turn it like this. Then now start with what? Start with summary. At this summary, it's going to give you booster on how you are going to do what, to concentrate mainly on how or on passing this kind of paper. Okay, so that's how it's been done. Then when you are done with summary, at least you can move now to comprehension. Then after comprehension, then now you can hammer rewrites. Or let me say in the next 30 minutes or 20 minutes or so, you can try to do vocabulary, phrasal verbs, lexis, or whatsoever. But your main target, where there are free marks, it's in summary. Okay, summary, listening comprehension. Okay, then after knowing this kind of writing a summary and comprehension, go straight to rewrites. Then now you can make the question number one to be at last. That strategy to be okay. Why am I saying so? Because if you just go straight to question number one, your mood to be ruined. Some of you, you hate close. You hate a clause very well. You hate it with passion. You are passionate in terms of what? Hating clause. Okay? Just imagine in your exam, the first question is clause. How would you feel? Disappointed, right? So, in order not for your mood to be ruined, mind you, start first with the last question, which is summary. Start with the summary. After summary, listening comprehension. After listening comprehension, rewrites. Then now you can do the question one at last. I think that will do. Kenneth, is the strategy okay? Stephen, Lisa, is the strategy okay? Is this strategy okay? Kenneth, Stephen, or Lisa, is this strategy okay? Of starting with summary, comprehension, then now you go to rewrites. Then now at last you can hammer now. Yes, it's a very powerful one. This is a powerful strategy ever. Okay. Madam Elines, how are you? All right. So this is the strategy, guys. Yes, it's not always that we should teach. Sometimes we also have to guide you. Sometimes we also have to guide you guys on how you are going to answer these kind of things. And this is the thing that most of us tutors forget, that you people, you are the ones who will be sitting for the paper, not us. Us, we are already done. So we must guide you very well on how you should handle these kinds of what? Questions, or rather the structures of the paper. All right. Okay, Rosemary. Okay, thank you. Madam Elines, yes, I am okay. Let's move now to paper one. Let's move now to paper one, 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 to paper one. Let's move to paper one, to paper one. So when it comes to paper one, the story is well known that there are two sections. When it comes to paper one, there are two sections. There's what we call section A, and also there's what we call the section B. Mind you, when it comes to section A, there will be 6 compositions, or rather there are 6 steps of compositions, whereby you are advised to only pick one. Let me make this clear. There are 6 steps of compositions that they are going to be brought here, and you are only advised to answer one. Don't answer everything, right? Don't answer everything. Mind you, the first key thing that you must understand, all compositions which are examined in section A, they are unguided. They are unguided type of what? Compositions. They are unguided. All right? If I say they are unguided, what am I referring about or to? Composition, which means no points will be given. No points will be given. No points will be given. All right? Helping points won't be given. Helping points won't be given. A question will just come directly requesting you to start answering it. And they're out of what? 20 good marks. You see? So what are you going to do exactly? The first key thing that you must understand, that before you make a decision or a solid decision on how you're going to hammer this kind of paper, you have to bear in mind saying that this paper is out of 40 marks. Is out of 40 marks. Is out of 40 marks. All right? So what does this simply mean? Which means for you to balance up in paper one, you must get at least half of that paper and above. If we see, if we check Bravo, 40 marks. What is the half of 40 marks? The half of 40 marks is 20 marks, which means in section A, out of 20 marks, you get at least 10 and above. And also in section B, you get 10 and above. Okay? So this is how it should be done. Now, what should you do? Since section A types of compositions are unguided, which means no points will be given. No points will be given unto you. No helping points will be given unto you. No points will be given unto you. All right? So what we're going to do, the first key thing that you must understand, you must plan your work. Plan your work very well. Plan it. All right? At this time, you must know that you must. I hope that you have all made a solid decision on what type of composition you will be choosing. All right. I hope that you have all made a solid decision. So, in this strategy, I can advise you to only, let me say, from the 3, at least master 3, because there are 6. At least master 3, or you can master 2 from the 3, because these ones are very much interesting and also they are very much easy. So if you master 2, which means when it comes to exam, you only pick one. When you master 3, it's an added advantage of knowing more. Okay, so now if you check, when it comes to this thing, make sure that you know how to write what? An argumentative type of composition. An argumentative type of what? Composition. An argumentative composition. So this is a type of composition whereby a question, at last, it will end with these two words: argue for or against. Argue for or against this statement or motion. All right? This is how it will be handled. Like for example, a question will come like this. Um, Zambia is poor. You have seen? This is how the question will come. Zambia is poor. Then The question will be like argue, then it will be argue for or against. Okay, against this what? This motion or statement or so. So Zambia is poor, argue for or against this what? Motion. You have seen? So which means when you are answering this kind of question, you have first to understand what the word argue for or against means. Which means here there's the matter of saying yes or no to this what? Issue. So it reads Zambia is poor, argue for or against this what? Motion. So the word argue, this word, let me underline it very well. Argue simply means you are saying yes. Okay? Argue, you are saying yes. You are saying yes that Zambia is poor. When you are against, simply means you are saying no. Okay? So this means yes, and this means what? It means no. You have seen? So argue, you are saying yes. Then when it comes to against, simply means you are saying no. Now there's a strategy on how you can handle it. The introduction, it must be powerful. You must sound as if you're a debater. Sound as if you're a debater, as if you're doing debate. Don't sound too babyish, or your speech shouldn't be okay. Your speech must be intriguing, so to say. Your speech must be powerful, must be convincing. All right? Like for example, you can start it like this. Mind you, before you even start the introduction, the title is very much important. Make sure that the title you write it very well. I've already done a video about this thing. You can check it out. You can check it out. Your introduction will be very much powerful, I'm telling you. Your introduction must have something that is going to attract the marker, is going to grab the marker's attention. Okay, your sentence must grab the marker's attention. All right, so now you can set it like this. For example, let me say you are against the motion. You can say uh, as an opposition prime minister, I am hereby debating against the motion which says Zambia is poor. Okay, you have seen? As an opposition prime minister, I am hereby debating against the motion which says Zambia is poor. You have seen? Or others, they can write it like this. You must sound very powerful. You can say, uh, we are a generation that believe in competition than cooperation. As I appear and disappear with a spear, like Shaka Zulu with a spear, like all those things, as if you are rhyming or so. At least it's going to grab the marker's what? Attention. All right. So that's how it is concerning this part. If you haven't watched this video, mind you, watch it out. It's so interesting. Then when it comes to the other type, which I can request from you guys, is this one, which we call a descriptive. Now, when it comes to descriptive, you must be very much good in terms of what describing things. Okay, to describe someone, to describe people, you must describe someone fully, or rather a place fully, how it looked, or rather a person, dark, tall, short, whatsoever. All right, you must make sure that you describe things very well. Okay, no wonder it's called descriptive. It comes from the word describe, which means you have to paint. You have to paint something with words. A picture. You have to paint a picture. Okay? When the marker will be reading your composition, he or she must see it as if it's a movie. He or she must see it as if it's a movie, as if he or she is watching a movie for the descriptive part, as if he's watching a movie, a reality. You have to describe the place where let me say it can be people, places, or rather countries, how people behave, whatever. You must use descriptive words. All right. Then apart from this, if you feel like this can be very tricky, you can choose this one, which is narrative, as if you're just writing a story, as if you're just writing a story. Narrative. So to narrate means to tell a story. That's what it is. So now, when it comes to descriptive and narrative, make sure that you also use figurative languages. Make sure that you know figurative languages. All right? Idioms or proverbs, actually, they are very much good. They are very much advisable in order to spice up your what? Your composition very well. All right? Like, for example, I can say, let me say, the clouds were crying. The clouds were crying. Are you sure? The clouds can cry? No. So which means it rains. It was raining. Okay? It was raining. Like for example, it was raining cats and dogs. So cats and dogs. Remember that when it comes to animals, cats and dogs, they cannot mingle together. All right. They cannot do what? They cannot be found together. They are enemies actually. So it was raining heavily. Okay, it was raining cats and dogs. So those two my idioms, they're very much good here. Like for example, you can also spice up to say, um, like for example, you can say, you are like this, you are like the things left behind. You are like the things left behind. Okay, you can the scenario whereby you have a character who is a woman. Now he's complaining. You'll be like, my husband despises me. He says that I am like the things left behind. He says that I am no longer attractive to him because he says I am like the things left behind. You have seen? I am like a rubbish in the rubbish pit. You have seen? You must sound as if things they are coming inside of you. Okay, you must sound deep. You must be very much creative. Make sure that your story that you are writing, it's sending a signal or a deep message or meaning or so. All right, so these are my things that I think they can do. They can help you some when it comes so argumentative, descriptive, and also narrative. This they can help you guys. Then now, when it comes to, mind you, you only have to answer one in section A. There are six, but mind you, master argumentative, descriptive, and narrative. This will do. So if you know very well one, very well, then it's good. Then now, lastly, when it comes to section B, in section B, there will be only one question, and this question can be number one, can be a letter. It can be a letter. It can be a report. Apart from a report, it can be what? It can be a speech. So it can be a letter, a report, speech, or it can be what? An article. Remember, we have a feature article and also the letter to the editor. So it can be a letter whereby we talk about informal and formal letters. So letter, report, speech, article. They now they can also bring minutes writing. Minutes writing. There's a video I uploaded about minutes of writing. If you don't have any clues about it, you can simply watch it. Eh? So letter, report, speech, article. Then also it can be a profile. They can also bring a profile. Can be a profile. Can be a profile. And also a situational. It can be in form of what? A situational type of composition. Explanatory. It can be an explanatory. It can be an explanatory. It can be an explanatory composition whereby you have to explain things. Like, for example, a tour guide or a letter you are writing in order when you are expecting some people to visit your place. Okay, so only one thing here it will come. That's the way it is. So thank you very much. And if you know that you will be sitting for biology, mind you, the only target or the only way out for biology, you must know that know how to handle section B questions. Section B, so biology paper 2, learn, know how to write section B questions very well. Okay, remember that in section B, all your answers must be written in paragraphs or in complete sentences. You must write your answers in complete sentences, complete sentences. So make sure that you know these kind of things. Number one, you know this topic which is called ecology. no ecology verbal because it's highly key examinable when it's paper 2, section B. And also no excretion, no it verbal, excretion, homeostasis, and osmoregulation. So know these topics very well. And also know this topic which is called what? Transport in plants. When it comes to transport in plants. So when it comes to locomotion, make sure that you know these topics very well because they are highly key examinable when it comes to section B. And the nervous system. When it comes to the nervous system. So these questions are highly key examinable. They're going to ask you to describe the parts of the what? Of the ear, the eye, or the brain. And also this one, which is very much important as well, it's called healthy. Healthy and immunity. So this question is very much important as well. Make sure that you hammer it very well. Vegetative propagations, all those questions. Make sure that you know how to hammer this kind of things very well. Then when it comes to section A, make sure that you have full knowledge when it comes to cell structure and organization, and also when it comes to genetics. Make sure that you have something, you know something about these kind of things. Okay, so these are the two main key topics that you are going to meet whenever it comes to section A in biology. So then the remaining three in section A, they can come as surprise questions. Okay, they can come as surprise questions. So that's the way it is. So then when it comes to paper 1 biology, you can revise as many past papers as possible because that paper, it's multiple choices. It's 1 up to 40 or so. That's the only way you can at least emerge victoriously in biology. So thank you very much, guys. I hope it was a nice thingy, or rather video to you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How was it, Stephen, Madam Elines, Kenneth, Rosemary? Yes, how was it? How was it? Shh. Stephen Mwanza. Kenneth, how was it? All right. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day, guys. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely day. See each other in the evening. See each other. We'll see each other in the evenings. Note that today we are going to have a live. Today we are going to have a live on Telegram. Yes. Today we are going to have a live learning on Telegram. Don't miss it out. Don't miss actually. So if you are such type of a person who is watching us silently, if you're interested to join online tuitions, you can simply contact this line 0777 37 44 44. It's 0777. This is 37. Okay. This is 37. This is 37 44 44. I am Sir Bright, or Bright Mlekwa Tutor. Thank you very much, guys. Have a fantastic day. Thank you very much.